guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's YouTube video is slightly different. I'm going to be going through my like 4 or 5 favorite exercises for the booty. So yeah, stay tuned if you want to see what those are. These exercises These exercises as well have been like my favorites for a long time. They don't really change much, I guess, only if I find like a very good one. But these are my 5 main exercises, and yeah, hope you enjoy. So the first exercise is a sumo deadlift. This is very similar to a normal deadlift, however, we have a much wider stance, and also your toes are going to be pointed outwards. By doing this type of stance, you're going to be activating your glutes during the exercise more. You could also do this stance with a squat to help like activate your glutes more in the squat. Because I have a lot of trouble feeling my glutes in a squat if I do a normal one. But always if you try a more sumo stance, it does activate the glutes more, so keep that in mind. You want to make sure your back is very straight, and also when you are pulling up from the deadlift, you want to keep your shoulders back, because if you arch your back too much, it can lead to injuries and improper form, and we do not want that. Because the most important thing about working out is your form. If you can't get your form right, you should not be packing on weight until you get it right. It's very important, because if you start putting on a lot of weight and your form is incorrect, you could really risk injuring yourself or just causing implications that you really don't want. This next exercise has to be my all-time favorite glute exercise. I cannot find an exercise that has more glute activation for me and just really burns them out a lot. This is a hip thrust. As you can see, my foot positioning as well is always kind of sumo. Personally, that's how I feel my glutes activate more, is when I do more of a sumo stance. So a little bit further apart and then toes pointed outwards. For me personally, that is just where I feel it the most. So with these hip thrusts, you really want to do like a higher rep range. Do them slow, really take your time with them. Don't rush these, because they won't really work if you just pack on the weight and do them too quickly. You want to make sure that your feet and your knees are at a 90-degree angle. This is where you'll kind of feel the most activation, not only on your lower glute but also on your upper glute. The further down you have your back on the bench, the more you'll feel it in your upper glute. This is a preference for me because I struggle to grow my upper glute and activate it, so having my back lower down on the bench really helps. Here you can see I'm extremely struggling. So basically I didn't have like a pad thing to cover the bar, so this was very much hurting me in, you know, my area. Not very pleasant. I really recommend getting like a little padding or something to kind of protect yourself. But yeah, so this is just another variation of a hip thrust. These are called glute bridges. You're just not elevated like you are in the hip thrust. However, there is still a lot of glute activation. One thing I find kind of annoying with these is that you have to keep the weight up a little bit with your arms as well. So if you're not very strong on your upper body, these can be a little bit tricky. So this next one is a high step up. I personally like to lean a little bit more forward, only because I really feel my glute activating in that position. However, if you do want to keep your back straight and just go kind of more straight up, and you feel it in your glutes that way, that is perfectly fine. This is just the way I'm doing it. So you really want to focus all your weight on the foot that's bringing you up to the bench. You don't want to really push yourself too much from your other foot. So make sure that the foot on the bench is the one that's really getting your body weight and is really the one pushing you up onto the bench or the platform that you have. If you struggle with balance, that is completely normal. Trust me, these were very hard to film. I fell over quite a few times, but you just have to get used to them. You have to like perhaps hold on to something for your first few times until you kind of gain that balance to hold yourself upright without obviously holding on to anything. So last but certainly not least, these are a variation of squats. As you can see, I have a sumo stance. This is where, again, I have a wider stance with my toes pointed outwards. This will really help to activate those glutes and not let your quads take over. So I really recommend this stance for most exercises, to be honest. Yeah, just a good variation of a squat. I've been kind of bored with squats lately because I've just done them for so many years and so often, so I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, try something new, so I thought I'd add these in here. Again, try to keep your back very straight, try not to push the weight up with your arms, really try to use your glutes to push them up. Thank you so much for watching this little YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was quite a quick one, but I think it's important to know which exercises are the best, and it's quite nice to share this kind of stuff with you guys. So, hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't, like the video, like it, and follow me on Instagram, which should appear on this side or this side. I'm not too sure which side it's going to appear on. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
Kiss it, baby, give it to me, lick it inside now. You know that I just wanna make love. Want you to scream and shout.